Hello everyone, today we'll be seeing how to use the Climate Consultant application. Climate Consultant application is basically an application which is used for you to design your house in terms of your local climatic conditions. So we'll be opening the application. You can read all that or you can simply skip to the next. We will be talking about all of that. You wish to start from a new project, you can select the building type from here, which says residential or non-residential building. For now I will be selecting the residential type. The units, imperial or metric. Metric units refer to the SI units, or as you like to say, the most commonly used units. And now the initiative step is selection of the weather data. For now you have to select the weather data. I am doing it for Kathmandu, which is the capital city of Nepal. So for that I will want to download the weather data. Which will redirect me to the Energy Plus weather data. And here I can search by the keyword or I can search manually. Kathmandu lies in Asia, in Nepal, and here we have two of the weather files. You wish to download the EPW, which is Energy Plus weather format, to be used in the Climate Consultant application, or you can download all of these so other can be used in different other applications. Now I'll be downloading the EPW file. Let's download it, I suppose. Here we have the file. I had already downloaded that, so this is the weather file I need. So after we input the weather file in the application, the weather data summary shall be provided by the application to you. It is the general representation of the weather file you just input in the application. So as you can see, its location Kathmandu. It provides the geographical location, elevation, and many other parameters. So now for checking the validity of the weather file, if the weather file is proper or not, you might want to check well in the weather data summary. As you can see that every box is filled with entities, whether it be zeros or any other numbers. It doesn't show any alien entities such as string or any alphabets, which means that the weather file is working quite fine. We will move next from here. So it asks for the comfort models. We shall be using the ASHRAE standard 55 comfort model. You can read it, the description, down here. The generally worldwide model is the ASTRE standard, so we shall be using it, and it provides the parameters as defined by the ASTRE 55 model. As you can see, you can make some changes in the white boxes, whereas you cannot do anything for the gray ones. And the changes in the white boxes means that these are the user defined parameters and it can be changed. There are various parameters with their corresponding values, and we'll move next from here. So the application is basically suited for providing you various charts related to various parameters, such as this chart is the temperature range chart. You can see the index here, and it provides the corresponding comfort zone for summer and winter. You might want to fit the data according to your weather file. You could see the change here. Previously it started from -10 to 40 degrees, but after we fit it to the data, it shall go from -5 to 35, which shows the real range of temperature in Kathmandu or any other region. There are various such charts, or we shall be moving directly from here. Remember the thing, fitting to data. There are various such charts. This is the sun setting chart. This is the sun chart. And the most important of all, the psychrometric chart. The psychrometric chart, as you know, as you might be knowing, I assume, psychrometric chart is a graphical representation of temperature on the abscissa with relative humidity on the ordinates. As we can see here, there are many such colorful chambers, or as we like to call it, zones, defined inside the chart, and there are some glitters, green glitters. Do not forget to feed the chart according to your data. And now what we shall be doing is seeing the chart or analyzing the chart. As we can see that the chart is fully green, which means that there are 100% comfortable hours, or we can say that in a year the total hours, which equals to 8,760, are comfortable. It generally means that the whole year is comfortable for a person to live inside of a house, if it is provided with these design strategies. What we shall be doing now is deselecting all of these, seeing the changes in the chart. We start from here. You cannot deselect this, we will be talking about this also. As we can see, the chart which was fully green a while ago is now red, and only some of the portion is green. And you can see here, which was 8760 out of 8760 previously, it's now only 940 hours out of 8760 hours. And what this means is, whether you do any changes to your house or not, if you only build a house without any such design strategies, then your house shall be comfortable for 940 hours throughout the year. Only 940 hours throughout the year without you doing anything to your house. And those hours remain the same if you do not apply any changes to your house. That's simple. And we can see that there is a zone, such trapezoid, which has a left and a right side. The right side denotes the time of summer. As you can see, the dry bulb temperature is higher on the right side, and the left side denotes winter. The comfort zone is denoted by this box. The left denotes the clothing, comfort provided due to clothing and other such parameters in the winter, while the right side provides the information about the summer clothing level, which we saw previously in the ASRE 55 comfort model. And now what we will be doing is that applying the design strategies and analyzing. You can do it directly from here. It will show the best design strategies, but what we will be doing is doing it manually to get knowledge about many such things. So let's start from shading of windows. When you select the shading option, then it is increasing the comfort hours, as you can see, from 940 to 1220, but the comfort provided by the shading of the windows falls under the same zone as the general comfort zone. So it is not quite useful to shade the windows. You can deselect that. The use of thermal mass. Thermal mass refer to any such objects or substances or materials, as you might say, which help to dissipate the heat when the heat is needed the most, while it absorbs the heat and keeps the heat within itself in the time where the heat is not needed, such as stone slabs in walls, wall materials are some kinds of thermal masses which store the heat during the daytime in the winter while dissipate the heat during the night time. And night flushing is a phenomena for dissipating the heat out to the atmosphere by the virtue of moving air. So as you can see, the use of thermal mass is increasing the comfort hours. And the night flush is increasing it furthermore. So we shall be using high thermal mass with night flushing. And now evaporative cooling. Evaporative cooling effect is the effect by which the houses can be cooled. Evaporative effect can be compared to the refrigerating effect inside of the refrigerators. And as we can see that the direct evaporative cooling is helping to increase the hours of comfort, whereas the two-stage evaporative cooling is increasing it furthermore. So we shall be using the two-stage evaporative cooling system. And now ventilation. Ventilation refers to the change in the movement of air inside of the room with the fresh air from the outside. We shall be selecting both types of ventilations, and as you can see that natural ventilation is not providing such comfort situation, but fan force ventilation is providing cooling effect for comfort conditions. And now we shall be moving to internal heat gain, which can also be referred to as insulation. Insulating the walls and the ceilings from the inside can help to reduce the unwanted heat losses during the cold season while limiting the unwanted heat gains during the summer season. Insulation, as we can see, provides a massive boost to the comfort hours. Passive solar direct gain. As we know, sun is the mother of all kind of energies in the earth. So we can see that obviously the high mass, the solar gain for high mass can prove helpful rather than that of the low mass. These are such passive strategies, and we can see that the passive strategies only help to provide comfort in 52% time of the year, while 48% of the total hours are still uncomfortable. So we might want to use some active methods of cooling or heating. As we can see in the chart that the areas which are red are the areas with higher humidity, and also the areas with low temperature. So we can assume that dehumidification and heating are needed for the different seasons, like dehumidification and heating mechanisms. The heating can provide thermal comfort during the winter season, while dehumidification can provide comfortable conditions when the temperature, or you can say when the climate is humid, hot and humid. Dehumidification helps to increase the comfort hours, but we can see that there is a certain area which is left out in here, which might require cooling also. Cooling and dehumidification. So it's cooling and dehumidification as a whole which is providing comfortable conditions for this part. while this area lacks humidity and also lacks heat amount. So heating and humidification will help to attain more thermal comfort than the previous. As we can see that after applying the design strategies, all the hours are comfortable now to live in. The index also shows the same. And now we shall be moving on to next. It shows that the design strategies which we selected, and it generally shows the design guidelines for the full year in reference to the design strategies we selected for our house in the particular location, which is Kathmandu. You can read all that. It provides a basic insight. Now, the main part is the analysis of psychrometric chart, and there are other such charts such as sun shading chart, sun chart, wind wheel, which can be helpful for designing the house. And for now, we shall conclude the video. I hope you learn a lot as a brief insight inside the psychrometric chart analysis for designing a house at a particular location. Thank you.